What is going on, guys? Anger Collections in the house for another video. All right, so we're gonna have a nice conversation today because we have a viewer question, and basically the question was, what are my biggest wins and what are the my biggest losses in this TCG Magic the Gathering, right? Um, so I think I want to make a full length video of this because it's very important to recognize both sides, like the biggest wins and your biggest losses as well, because I think that's when you actually learn how to um, navigate. If, let's just say, there's a downturn, what are you going to do? Let's just say you made a bad bet, what are you going to do? And also, when you did big time, when you hit big, what did you do? What did you research? Things like that. So you have to recognize both sides. So my biggest win, actually, first off, um, other than Magic the Gathering, I want to just like mention my biggest win in other TCG, which is Pokemon. I don't know if you guys remember around at release of Evolving Skies Pokemon booster boxes went on sale. Cool Stuff Inc. had it for like 105 or 109 per box, and I kind of did my research around those time. I was kind of dabbling a little bit of in Pokemon because it felt right for that set. Looking at the pricing, the single cards, and you know how collectors in Pokemon they go crazy, man, on those full art, alternate art. It felt right. I did my research. I, watched videos about it, you know, either like positive or negative. So I kind of, took inputs on both sides, and it felt right. I bought in 3 cases. Cool Stuff had it on sale. Crazy, right? It's on sale around December. If I can remember, probably 2019 or 2020. Could be wrong though, but yeah, 3 cases, man. And you guys know, if you guys look on TCG Play right now, I mean, Evolving Skies is like five, six, $700 per box. Well, I didn't like held on to those boxes like that long, but I did exit around 350, 450, a range. Uh, but it was pretty, that was like, it felt right and it felt good, so what I learned from that is basically, if you really dug in, did your research, yeah, I mean, high risk, high reward, right? So I think, so that's a good segment in going into the Magic big wins and big losses. Is like, it really involves how you can uh, how much risk you can take. Um, let's just say Modern Horizon 3, right? There's going to be a lot of great cards there, a lot of good reprints, and also a lot of great new cards. Who knows, man, down the road, but you have to value in um, how much is the cost basis, how much are the single cards, format wise, what are the great cards in the multiple formats, um, Commander, Modern. There's the big tournaments coming back, like, and it demands for a lot of these single cards. So you got to really factor in and do your research. So as far as um, my biggest wins in Magic, it I think I went I went all in with the stuff that it doesn't really involve on me trying to, I don't know, like, speculate or invest. It's more on, so like, wanting to uh, I want to experience, I guess, like the opening boxes, and I want to collect specific cards. And you guys already know probably my best example for that is finishing my Power 9. So most of my Power 9 came from Cool Stuff Inc. And I talked to one of the sellers, the big buyers over there. Um, and I said like I was like so serious on like finishing the Power 9. So my first ever Power 9 was my Mox Jet, which I got on a trade, on a trade. And yeah, I was determined to um, finishing Power 9. And I traded a couple cards, a couple high-end cards for that Mox Jet. And then my second Power 9, um, it was actually Ancestral Recall, and I got that Ancestral Recall for $2,000. Yeah, $2,000, right? And then I think around, actually, you know what? I might be wrong. My second Power 9 was actually my Black Lotus. Yeah, yeah, it was bit in between Mox Jet and my Ancestral Recall. So I think that really sparked the me finishing my Power 9. So when I got the Black Lotus, I was really, you know what? I'm gonna get it. Cool Stuff Inc. had it on sale, and I think it was like right around 6 or 8 thousand. And I traded a bunch of my modern cards, sealed boxes, modern masters, and I ended up paying, I think I want to say $1,000. Paid $1,000 for my Black Lotus, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys already know the story. And then the rest is history as far as the rest of my Power 9. Ancestral Recall, and then Time Twister, and then Cool Stuffing had another sale with their Moxes, and I ended up getting the Moxes and the Time Twister. I think around what 1,300, around almost everything is like almost the same price. So, and that's me really just trying to get it because I want those cards. So I feel like those were my biggest wins is when I don't really think of, what's the best return. Am I going to get like, I don't know, 50, 100, 300%, returns of my investment. But more so, like, it's because I really just want to get it. And as far as big wins with me opening boxes, I think it felt right for me to mass box open a lot of these sets, specifically specialty sets like Modern Horizon, uh, these double masters. I did really, really well, and this is back in those days where like a lot of the singles are still hot. You know, I think I opened like multiple boxes of Modern Masters 2017. I mean, you guys know one of my best videos in the channel is I opened 100 plus VIPs, double masters. I mean, it was like a freaking 4 or 5 video series where I opened. There's like a mass, display of 100 VIPs. You guys should check it out, man. It was a pretty interesting video where I opened like a lot of Force of Will, a lot of Jace the Mind Sculptor, and you guys know those cards right now, those sealed boxes, they went crazy, man. I went all in freaking double masters, man. Like 10K plus of worth of double master. And not to mention, if you guys remember, there was like this big thing about like um, if you buy VIP, you can return one of the barcodes, and you can actually get a free pack. So I made a video. Go look it up, man. It took a while. I think a couple months. I found a box in front of my door, and there you go. Because I sent 100 plus VIP barcodes, man. So found a box. You guys should check it out. There's a box, and then sure enough, I opened the box. Freaking 100 plus double masters free packs, man. I'm pretty sure some of you guys have seen it, but go look it up, man. Free 100 plus packs of double masters. Insane. So I mean, that was just unexpected, but it was just like crazy that, spending all that money, having a great opening with everyone, and that's just a bonus. So it kind of, you know what, I'm gonna keep opening master sets, and sure enough, I did open Double Masters 2022, and then I opened Commander Masters mass box. I mean, for me, I mean, if it's like 10, 20, 30, 40 plus boxes, I mean, I'm not like a big Rudy baller where, you can open like 300 boxes, right? But for me, that's like a mass box opening for me. But yeah, I think big wins is when I um, really didn't think much of like how much returns am I going to have in these cards, these boxes. It's more on like me having fun, because good content, great cards that I can sell, and then thinking of like, oh, I really, really like to hold on to these cards because I love those cards, those vintage Power 9. And then as far as like my biggest losses, I think it involves risk as well, which is basically not taking risk, and it involves also like laziness. Like it, it's like I know more about, I guess the format, the set. Um, I know more on like the how to look on certain cards, but I was just like so lazy that I didn't. And the result on that is I missed out. I missed out on some sets that I believe that if I deploy some money, I took risk. Um, yeah, there's definitely some returns that I can sell through my TCG player anger collections, and there's so many of them that I can't even like remember like all the stuff because I was really focused on like other things, many things. Like, I mean, I'm like a one man band over here, man. I can't do a lot of the stuff where like there's a new set comes out. I'm like, oh my god, you can't even keep up. But it goes back to like even I want to say, what sets? Just one example. Um, I love War of the Spark. I did a mass box opening, War of the Sparks. I think I did like 30, 40 boxes. And I think I'm even made a video. Um, what are the big miss? Uh, man, I think I want to say like the Kaladesh and probably Aether Revolt. Yeah, I think Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, and it even goes back, man. It even goes back. But I think Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, I knew enough that because I was like really hardcore drafting the set. A lot of people are still playing, and I know the singles. I know the format. I know the lottery cards, um, and sure enough, man, look at Kaladesh boxes right now, freaking three, four, $500, man. And it will probably will stay. Well, who knows? I think that's probably one of the my best example is that Battle for Zendikar, not so much. I actually did open a lot of boxes of those as well. But those Kaladesh boxes, man. I think I did some boxes, not a whole lot, but I knew enough that there's a lot of potential on that set, a lot of great cards, but I didn't. I didn't took risk, man. I was so focused on other things. Maybe I was like trying to complete commander decks or things like that. Um, and I want to make what other sets that I didn't deploy that I knew that there's a good chance for the set. I'd say, let's see. Dominator United? No, not really. Dominator Remastered? No, not really. Um, I think, hmm, I think maybe Modern Master 2017. I opened some, but not a whole lot. But around that time, I think Modern was still like big deal, and I knew enough that these fetch lands will hold. Liliana Tarmogoyf was still a thing. Snapcaster, I mean, that set was freaking loaded, man. It's freaking loaded with like modern, like legendary cards. Damnation, I mean, you name it. It's freaking insane. And the boxes were like how much? Like 150, 170? I mean, come on, guys. Like, man, I should have took like more risk on the set, maybe open more boxes, but I did not. I think I kind of held back. But man, that would have been an insane, massive, massive return around that time, of course. But I think those were probably the best example of the my biggest losses. But all in all, to end the video, I think it's really involves risk, taking risk, man. And as far it will depend on how much you can take, like taking risk in these new set, new cards, new singles, new format, this commander era. It's a matter of how much risk you can take, you know big wins, big losses, it doesn't matter. Um it's 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 all about that. It's not about like uh yeah, I think it's all about the risk, man. But let me know if you guys are, what are your biggest losses, what are your biggest wins? Did you guys speculate on some singles? Did you guys speculate on some boxes? I know some of you guys hear it on Reddit, on internet, on Facebook. They have like multiple boxes of, they kept it sealed, like wow, they speculate on some singles, I don't know, like Shieldred, or I don't know, like back in the day, like Fatal Push was like freaking what is it, like $3 and went up like $6 or $8. I don't know. Um but yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. So yep, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any video. And with that, anger out, boys. Peace.